Hello and welcome back to Against the Storm. In our last mini-series of episodes, we looked at the Cursed Battlefield update, where the Cursed Royal Woodlands biome got a nice redesign in order to bring in some new features and make it a little bit more difficult than the other biomes. But they may have gone a little bit too far. The Restless Spirits were almost impossible to satisfy. I don't know if we even got one satisfied in that whole series. And I guess at higher difficulty levels, it was even harder. So they did a little bit of nerfing to it, a little bit of more like redesign than anything else. Brought it a little bit down to where those the wishes from those ancient or those restless spirits were actually solvable, and yeah, made it a little bit more reasonable. But today, and that is in today's update, which is the Ancient Hearth update, or rather this week's update. The Ancient Hearth update addresses those things. It also addresses or also adds in a recipe limit save and reload feature. So all those limits we set on all those recipes all the time, we can now save our default config and reload it with reload it from each town, therefore saving a little bit of time, which is really nice. They also added in a bunch of new forest mysteries and rebalanced quite a few of them, in fact. They added in ethereal cornerstones, which are cornerstones that will not allow you to proceed with the game unless you take them or confirm that you do not want them. So they've also added that functionality onto the orders, the timed orders, to where you cannot proceed with the game. The game actually pauses, and you cannot proceed with the game until you either accept it or decline it. So no longer is there that 20-second window where you can maybe look around and decide. You can look around while the game is paused, but as soon as you unpause the game, in order to unpause the game, you either have to have taken or declined that particular order, and the same thing with the ethereal cornerstones. So that's a really nice thing. And then of course they've added some additional stuff here to the tutorial, and they've made some huge changes to the hearth, the main hearth, as well as the smaller hearths that we put around to make those little settlements. They also replaced a huge amount of icons, 90 plus icons in the game. So I have to take a look at all those. So let's talk about the big kahuna here, the Ancient Hearth. The Ancient Hearth has been the same ever since the game launched actually ever since the demo was released over a year ago now, I believe. I think it was last summer when the demo came out. The Ancient Hearth has stayed the same this entire time. Well, not anymore. It looks quite a bit different now. It has a little bit of like a dragon turtle look to it, and it looks really cool, so I can't wait to get into the game and actually take a look at it. And then they also have revamped the other hearths to where they now take a new resource called Wildfire Essence. You get some to start with, I think probably enough to make one. They're now called a small hearth instead of a makeshift hearth. And you can get more of the Wildfire Essence, as it says here on the screen, from orders, glade events, and or traders. So we can always get more of that, depending on RNG, of course, just like everything else in a roguelite game. We can get more of it via those types of things. So some examples of the forest mysteries that they rebalanced are like the Hailstorm one, where if your people don't have houses as of Hostility 1, they will die. Now it's Hostility 2. There's quite a few that they pushed back one or more hostility levels, just because it was too devastating too early in the game. They also changed some of the randomization of some of the other ones that come up later, so that some of the ones that we would never see coming up in the later hostility levels comes up now. And one more thing about those, other than the 27 new forest mysteries, which I'm not going to read through, but there's a huge amount of new ones, so it's too many to read. Let's see. Yeah, so the cornerstones and orders marked as ethereal will pause the game and force you to pick them or dismiss them right away. I was wondering about this too. Is there a new... Is that modifier gone where the game can't be paused? I don't know. And if it is, I haven't noticed. But if it may have been in a patch notes and I've forgotten. But if it isn't, then I wonder how that interacts with the ethereals. I mean, I'm sure they've thought of it if it's still there, but it could also not be there. So those, moving on to the changes, the reversion of some changes, or the easing of some changes to the cursed Royal Woodlands. Angry spirits have a longer timer. Calm spirits have a longer timer. A lot of the requirements for them have been cut in half, or similarly drastically reduced. Curse of Royal Woodlands no longer has a longer storm duration, and no longer has, or it has the same hostility values as all other biomes now. So the game is a little more consistent that way, and I think that makes sense to have done. Let's see. I think that's actually kind of it for the major things. There's a bit of a reshuffle in the upgrades tree, but I doubt it's anything that really affects us because we've got them all unlocked already in this save. Traders. Oh yes, there's one more thing. Traders no longer arrive back to back. The same trader. So if we get Sahilda, the next time it won't be Sahilda. It will never be Sahilda unless Sahilda is the only one we have. And then the next time, maybe it's Jorg. And then it goes back to, it could go back to Sahilda again. If you only have two, which are now Sahilda and Jorg are both available from the start of the game. If you only have two, then they'll go back and forth. However, if you choose to attack one of them and kill them, then obviously you only have one left, so you'll get that one back to back. They also eased the unlock levels for all of the traders. Move them all up one, basically. So Jorg was unlocked at level 3 and now is available at the start. Old Farloff was at 6 and now is at 3. Sother the Ancient was at 9 and is now at 6, etc., etc. And the one we have never seen because we never got to the deed that unlocked is Zaidani, who is now unlocked at level 15. So we should have Zaidani as well, which will be interesting to see what Zaidani offers. And I think that's kind of all the major bits. Like I said, there's a lot of the new icons and some of the new various things that are available, like looks-wise to the game in the UI user experience. I never actually used the Blight Rod overlays. I want to do that, which is the Z key binding, because I want to see what that actually looks like. And then there was one more thing that was kind of in a UI UX thing that I was really excited about. Oh, an alert when the scouts are working on a Glade event, but don't have the resources for it. Thank you. I'd also like to have an alert for when the scouts are working in a Glade event and you didn't click the freaking button, but I'll live with this one for now. And one more minor one, if I can find it in the patch notes, that I've forgotten what it was now. I don't remember what it was. Okay, well, sadly I don't remember what it was. Maybe it'll pop up and I will see it. But there was another one that I was kind of excited about. But we'll just have to wait and see what it was because I'm not seeing whatever the thing was. So let's quit talking and move on into the game. Only 9 minutes this time, so it's a little low for me. Alright, so here we are on the world map. Whatchamacallit here, the First Dawn Company has moved out in almost a straight line in that direction. We have this town and these three here. And then the Vanguard of the Stolen Keys has worked their way this way, and they're going there next. We have a few choices of things to do. We could go back to the Cursed Royal Woodlands. That's a possibility. I saw there's a... Oh, there's new icons. Here's some of the new icons for food and artifacts. I was wondering what those icons were. The experience, of course. And then there's also the... the Levitating Monument. Wait. Oh, yeah, it's this one here. That's what I was seeing, that I wasn't sure what it was. All these new icons too are going to take a few minutes to get used to because, well, they've drastically changed the appearance. That looks more like stone than clay to me, but I suppose we'll live with it. I don't know what to expect from those, but I'll have to get used to it. Wood makes sense. Roots make sense. Eggs make sense. Berries make sense. Meat, insects, sea marrow, vegetables, mushrooms, all those make sense, but that looks a little more like stone than clay. It feels to me like clay should be brown again. And I don't know what to expect for resin, honestly. I guess that's as good as any. So we have this modifier here called the Levitating Monument. We have one over here, and that's going to give us the artifacts. We have one over here that's going to give us monks of the Holy Flame are a fanatically egalitarian order. You cannot forbid food consumption and favor any species. Okay. And that's going to give us both artifacts and machinery. And then out here we have a ruined settlement, and I really want to do the ruined settlement. And unfortunately, though, we can't do both of these together, which is kind of sad to me. I guess we could do one of these Royal Woodlands here, this one here, or we could go back to the Cursed Royal Woodlands to hit up the Levitating Monument. I didn't get any feedback on what anybody specifically might have wanted me to do, so I think I'm going to go to this one. Well, actually, let's go first into the city, and let's go to the upgrade tree. I want to see what I need just to get this last one. Lots of food, of course, and a little bit of machinery. Okay, so that's not too bad. And that's machinery. So I think I want to go to the ruined settlements. I really like ruined settlements. Sadly, we can't do anything but Royal Woodlands to get there. Otherwise we could do this marshlands, but I think we'll just go into the Royal Woodlands here and do that one. I think, oh, and they changed the names of the difficulty levels too. Settler is the old normal, Pioneer is hard, Veteran is very hard, Viceroy is impossible, I think is what it was called, and then the prestige levels, of course. I think we'll stick here at Veteran because, while I think I can play on Viceroy, I think I'll stick on Veteran after the bad experience. Not really bad, but the experience we had 2 towns ago, 2 updates ago, rather. It's more towns ago than that for me. Caravans, we have 8 plus 2, a new icon here for newcomers. We have 9 plus 2 here, and we have 9 plus 0 here. Coal is the same. Here we have simple tools. We have 14 simple tools. That's going to take some time to get used to. That'll take some time. The wood's the same. Here we have grain and wildfire essence. You're going to get a few wildfire essence every time. Up here we have fabric, tools, and then we have coats, parts, insects, and roots. Here we have berries, roots, parts, of course, are the same always, I think. Or some extra parts here, actually. Actually, I think I'll take this one. I mean, the fabric would be really good, and fabric's expensive here, so it would not be a bad deal, but I think I'll stick with this anyway. Let's see, oil, that's a new icon for oil. I mean, obviously all are new icons. They haven't done the icons for the buildings, though. They did update those, but now they kind of don't match. I feel like they kind of don't look the same, so maybe they're gonna readdress those. There's clay. That's what stone looks like. I mean, I guess I can understand clay's more square because you kind of cut it, whereas the stone is more jagged because it's kind of chopped out, I guess. Let's go with planks and logs, I think. I think we'll have to go with either stone or clay here. Or maybe I'll take stone since we'll get clay on the ground. And I have 2 points left, and I guess that's going to have to be food. Let's go with vegetables and eggs. So we're not taking anything with us to make or to take any fabric, which is kind of going to be a little bit tough, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. What is that? Incense, delivery line, scrolls, training gear, ale, and then the royal permit hasn't changed its icon either. All right, let's go ahead and embark. So the ruined settlement, of course, and the gift of the woodlands, where we get trees giving more wood. Our Drizzle, forest mystery here is bleeding trees. A red sticky substance is oozing from beneath the tree bark. Gain 2 resin every time woodcutters cut down a tree. All right, looming darkness, of course. Under an open sky. I suspect this is one of the new ones. Villagers' clothes are soaked from the heavy rain. -5 to global resolve without housing. No contact. We know this one. We need to stay out of turning in things for reputation, because they don't lower impatience during the storm. At hostility 4, villagers with this effect have a plus 50% chance to consume double the amount of food without housing and services. And then at hostility 7, grim fate, the force will claim a villager's life each storm multiplied by the number of years. All right, well, that one I don't think we'll ever hit. This one is concerning. But at least it's only consuming double food. Hopefully by that point we'll have decent food being made. And then this one, it's not as devastating to the housing market there, to the villagers, just because they don't have a house, because it's just a reduction in resolve rather than a death. So yeah. All right, let's jump in. There are a couple of tutorials that popped up here on trade routes, which we shouldn't need to read, even though I don't use them. And then also on consumption. I don't know why those popped up again. And here's the new hearth. There it is. Let's do that. That's actually kind of a really good screenshot for the thumbnail. Let me take a quick screenshot of that. Okay. And let's do our usual. So we have some plant fiber down here. That's good. We have some roots here. That's good. No clay or stone. That's all right. Let's do camps and woodcutters. Someone mentioned sometime during the last series that they just wait to open up glades, and then they try to skip as many of the small ones as they can, because excuse me, because of the hostility. And that's an interesting idea, and maybe I should try that. So let's put the woodcutter here. So instead, they kind of just expand their area, edge up against the danger glades. Now with the new alt mode, with this you can not eat into the glades, and they actually wait until they've opened up that first point of impatience before they open up any glades and before they take any orders, which I thought was an interesting concept. So we're gonna try it. Stonecutter we don't need right now. Let's see, harvester we need, plant fiber. So we'll put that down and we can build it. And then of course we need to have a scavenger camp for the roots. So put that over here. Oh, no eggs on the ground here either yet. Unpause everybody and let's get rolling. I think they even said they don't take the buildings choices here until after, but maybe that one isn't correct. I may do that anyway. Let's see. It's a little bit different, so it's a little hard to see where the edge of it is. Excuse me. Let's see, we got a human, so we know we don't have any harpies this time. Let's do this and this. And that will keep us from editing or getting into the glades. What's wrong with my voice today? Let's see, this is plant fiber. We'll come down here. I'll throw a couple of people in there. And then we'll come over here. This one. And we'll throw a couple of people in there, like that. We can see what this building is, although that might not have been a great choice. It's fine. It's fine. 2-star bricks, not bad. 2-star planks is always good, as well as 2-star flour. Crafts pickled goods, 2-star fabric here. That might be the best one because we don't have any fabric at all. At least we are getting the whatchamacallit, though. Wine, pickled goods, and jerky. Okay. Another suggestion was made to just go ahead and put down the crude workstation and the makeshift post right away. And also even the trader right away, which I should do. Once we open up a little bit more space, I think. Our first cornerstone came up. Do we want to look at that or not? That's the question. I think we do. Tightened belt. Travel cost and trade routes is reduced by 1. Each newcomer group has 2 additional villagers. A useful mill upgrade. Gain 3 oil. Yeah, this is the small press. We've had this one before. Trade routes give 1 more amber. This effect scales with quantity. Let's go with the small press, because I suspect that I'm going to do the flour and planks building, because I usually do the supplier. So I think we'll do this one. Someone, I think it was a couple of series ago, mentioned this is one of the things you definitely want to take if you're going to prestige, because you know you're going to lose people. So you want those new groups coming to be as big as possible, and you also want to get every villager you possibly can because of it. So whenever I decide to go back up into the prestige again, I will do that. Orders are here. We're not going to look at them, because if we look at them, then we will have to. We may have to take one if one of them is ethereal. We have 1, 2, 3 idle people. That flashing icon bothers me, though. I think we should take one of these. I think we should. Let's see. Scribe, Tinkerer, Provisioner, Smithy. The better packs in these two would be really good this early in the game for trading. Although we'd have to have the stuff to make them. Let's see. Ale, simple tools. This one's... Nope, I'm going to go with the smithy. Although the packs of provisions would give us better provisions for doing the trade routes, I think I'm going to go with the smithy. Granary, biscuits, pie, and potteries, hewers, biscuits, and pigment, ale, pickled goods, and packs of crops. One of the food ones would be really good, although this one has food too and pickled goods, but we would need pottery or something for that. But the better packs are good. The fabric is going to be really good, I think. Let's go with the granary. Let's do the supplier here. And that's going to need bricks, which we don't have. We need to throw somebody in here. Let's do all these limits one-offs here. And we'll switch that to be stone. Good thing I brought the stone with me. And then we can set up some of these packs. Probably not those. We could do berries or eggs into packs of provisions. And we could do that grain. Actually, we should do that grain we brought into packs of crops. Although we do have the granary, so maybe we don't do that one either. Here, we do it at the granary instead. That's here. We could also build a field kitchen. That's going to take fabric. Fabulous. You really don't need to make planks because we have plenty. But the fabric is going to be really essential, and so is the bricks. We need 2 bricks, and then we need 2 fabric. Actually, I'm going to limit the fabric here to just 2. But the bricks I will let go to wherever they need to go. I suppose we could turn the speed up to 1.5. We can keep doing the alt mode here to get a little bit more of this done and kind of widened a little. Like that. Let's see, I would like to have the trader be physically outside of this ring because it's not really necessary to be inside of the town. So that's why I kind of like the idea of chopping out a bit. You could potentially put it out here, although not the way that I like it. Trying to decide where to put it, and that's the tough part. There's, let's see, coal, sea marrow, oil, and wood. Actually, the best place that I would like it would be right in here. Let's move these guys over to here. We've opened up a decent amount of space here, so that's fine. Have you made... Yes, forced delivery, please. There you go. Carry on. You can keep making bricks. You no longer need to make fabric. You return that to sender. That should allow this to get made now. As long as I counted everything correctly. And yeah, we don't have any of these things, so we can't make pickled goods just yet. Packs of crops we will go ahead and start making. Let's make... Let's go ahead and set the global here, because here's the buttons to save and load the limits to 30. And then I think I'd like to put the smithy in over here. I'm thinking about those packs of trade goods. Not to mention the simple tools. Can I get a person to assign to this? It needs to be a human. Let's reassign a beaver there and put a human in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's how much space I want there. And this we'll put in, I would like to put in that, this definitely needs to be a 30. That lizard, but I also need them to finish doing some building here. I could probably pull actually one of these beavers from here, put them in here instead. This would be a harpy because they like the cloth. So we'll just go with a beaver there. Here comes the storm. We did pass the 1 point though, so we could take a look at the orders, and then we could be able to turn one in. But do I want to open glades, or I want to wait? I think I'm going to wait until the drizzle to do any of that. Let's just get this work done here. There, and let's keep eating away in this direction. Just about done with that. Let's see. We don't have any of those things yet. Oh, they changed the crystallized dew recipe also. They took out... I can't remember what now. And put in like stone or clay as the alternative. The alternate. Oil and pigment, I think, was the previous recipe. I think. Let's do these trees right here, and then we can put the trader in. Because we can't turn any orders in anyway during the storm, so I might as well not even look at them yet. Plus, we want to potentially pop into a glade or two. Harvester's Camp. Oh, you're already done. Okay, well then you guys can come back to work on something else. I can put one of you in here. I can put one of you in here, although I don't know what I want you to make just yet. Alright, let's do Cornerstone first, I think. Frequent caravans. The constant flow of good keeps villagers distracted. Gain 3 to global resolve for 60 seconds every time you finish a trade route. Ooh. Every 2 burnt blyrots hits lower hostility by -10. Sacrificing resources in the hearth is blocked while being corrupted. Interesting. Cheap construction. All buildings cost 40% less, but every discovered resource node has -5 fewer charges. Gain 1 amber for every 50 wood produced. Let's do lumber tax. I like that one. That one's fun. People. 3 or 3 eggs and amber, or reeds, parts, and herbs. Let's go with eggs and amber. And then let's do our first order, I think. Help from the Queen or woodcutters. Woodcutters is 2 woodcutters camps and 30 wood. Gives us 2 people plus 3 parts. 6 humans gives us the small farm. Fungal growth. So how many humans do we have currently? Just 1. Plus 1 to mushrooms production and 20 mushrooms. I would like to have this one. I would like to have it. We didn't get any humans, unfortunately, to take it, but I would like to have this one. So we're going to take this one. The next one is 22 human resolve. I think maybe we'd pass on that one, but otherwise it's 18 beaver resolve. And let's see, roots and parts, or grain and parts. Maybe we should take this one. And then how about this one here? Have a trading post and 10 amber. get 6 simple tools, 5 parts, and 20 grain. That's a good one. Cut through to discover 4 glades, get 10 bricks, plus 5 to carry for glade events, and 10 planks. That's really good. But have beaver resolve above 20 sometime in the next 7 minutes. We can't do that. Even though this means 5 roots per minute and 10 simple tools, I really don't think we could pull that off. These are both really good. The simple tools, though, I think are going to push it over for me. I think so. All right, we'll take that one, and in 2 minutes we'll come back. Please chop these 3 trees. And let's also start building some shelters. Like that. I don't have anything for you to do just yet. Let's see, do I want to do coats yet? I think I will wait a little bit longer on the smithy. Chop, chop. I mean, I guess I could force them into the 3 trees I wanted, but... Come on, chop the 1 tree that I want you to chop. That one right there. Perfect. Perfect. And then we can put in the trading post where I want it. Right there. Come and build it. I have 5 lizards. Okay. Let's put another lizard in here. We'll put somebody in here. I only have the 1 human, so we'll put the lizard in here too. Make some fabric. Let's force delivery. And then let's look at maybe the next orders. So I'm tempted to do a glade. Oh, Old Farloff. We have... I thought we had made some packs. Maybe we haven't made them yet. We have 1 amber. We had made some packs of crops. Maybe they just need to be delivered yet. Let's see. These haven't changed icons, at least. Other than the Beaver Clan support, I don't know that I want any of those. Crystallized Dew looks more like a bar, an ingot now, rather than the diamond-shaped droplet that it was before. You know, again, I think I'm going to pass on Old Farloff. Let's also throw 1 lizard in here and turn in some eggs. Turn some eggs into packs of provisions. Just a few, though. Maybe like 10. $19 on human resolve already. That's not bad. If we could get some food in their bellies, we'd be even better off, but we need one of those recipes at least. Some cooked food in their bellies, it is. Let's go ahead and clear Old Farloff alert here. Let's move this now back over here. Like this, maybe. Alright, let's look at the orders. Here. 8 packs of crops. Human support, yes please. Pickled goods and beaver house. Beaver support. Let's do the human support one. Parts there, roots there. And we can already do that one. Let's do it. And then pick an order. Packs of trade goods and amber gets us 2 amber for every 6 packs of trade goods. That's good. Traders are quicker. Parts or have a brewery plus ale gives us a tavern plus pottery and pottery bonus and pickled goods. Let's do this one because whenever I have trade goods, I want to get the bonus from the trade goods. Human resolve's only at 17 now. Should have gone up from that a little. We could favor. Yes, we can favor. We're just ending the drizzle, so that's fine. Let's take a look at this building choice we get. Butcher, skewers, jerky, and oil. That's always a good choice. Tool shop. We don't need the simple tool recipe. We have 2 stars. We already have 2-star water skin, too. Flour, scrolls, and packs of building materials. Pie, coal, and incense. I think I will go with Butcher. could probably build that at some point here. Human resolve is done. Let's turn that back off again, and we can put this to work. That'll give us the 2 humans we need for this one. Deliver. And then that gets us this one. I guess we have to click out and come back in. Oh, we have to let it last for 30 seconds. That we can probably accomplish. I'm sure we still have a worker here someplace. So let's pop in, actually, right into that glade right there. And let's do this. Glide into that glade. You're done and bored already? We don't have any... Or no, we did turn some of the grain into packs of crops, but not all of it. Okay. Take your word for it. Let's swap out this lizard for a human, though. Because we have the humans now, we should have humans in there. There we go. We have clay. Good. Roots. Eggs. Fertile soil. Large man in cache, and the fuming machinery. That is underneath the thing here, of course. We need to have... Ugh. I think we could probably pull off the bricks. Maybe pull off the bricks. We have clay to make bricks. Let me put another person in here to work with you. And then I think we can pull off the bricks here. So we'll do bricks. It's a little sad. I don't want to give them 8 hammers, though. Parts... People are figured by every discovered cache, gain a stack of wealth effect, plus 1 gold resolve for every 2 caches opened, and a bunch of coal, or the points and the amber. I think at this point, I'm going to take the point in the amber, although we want to make sure that this gets done before the storm. 110. I don't think we're going to get that done before the storm. So let's wait until after the storm and remind myself that I need to come and do it after the storm. Because otherwise we're going to have an explosion in 6 minutes. That's close too. I need to make this 20 though. So that we can have enough for this. I might just not take the hit here. Yeah, I forgot to change that limit. Take out these trees here as well. Gosh, that's... I guess I can start working it toward the end of the storm so that it finishes just in the drizzle. If I'm good. Don't hold your breaths. We could start making flour, but I think I want that wheat to go toward things. Are we at another point here? Did I screw up and turn one in that I should have turned in too early? I think I did. But we could do this for sure now. I think I screwed that up, but that's okay. We have fields out here we can pick up. And I need to put a storage out here someplace too. I'd like to clear these trees out of the middle because I hate trees in the middle of the glades. It's a glade. We have 2 buildings also. Herbalist Camp. We have that bonus to mushrooms, so that would be good. Ranch would give us a definite supply of meat, leather, and eggs, though. For plant fiber or something else. Plant fiber or vegetables here. Reeds, of course, and grain, too. And fiber and vegetables here. And then here it's grain. Well, we're going to have lots of grain. So we could do... Why do the insects look like shrimp? So we could do the ranch. That's an idea. Greenhouse is mushrooms and herbs, so that would also be a good idea. Clay and reeds at the clay pit. So 3 farm camps. Or actually, no, 2 farms and a camp. Or the ranch. We're not going to see herbs on the ground, so it's just berries and mushrooms here. Meat, leather, and eggs. That's really tempting because we get the leather skins then. The wine skins or whatever they're called. Yeah, let's do a ranch. Plus we have lizards, so they like that. Druid's Hut. We have an oil recipe already at 2 stars. Incense would be good. Coats we already have at 2 stars as well. Skewers, biscuits, and pigment. Well, that's matching our skewer recipe. But biscuits and pigment would be good. Planks we have, simple tools we have, both of that. Packs of luxury goods we do not have. But I don't really make those very often. And then bricks, pottery, and crystallized stew. Of course, we get a pottery recipe now. I think we should probably take this one, though. So we'll take the brickyard. Let's move this again. I would like to put it out here someplace. Let's, we've got something going on here. Not that one. Well, maybe that one. We need housing. We definitely need some housing. We have 7 of 19 people affected. All right, let's move. Oh, that's fine. I can see there. Let's do some housing here. Actually, no, I want you to move a little bit over there. You have eggs to pick up, too, after you're done with that. Shelter can go here. That gives us 9 more housing spots. Lizard Resolve is low, and we have a little bit of gain here. Not much. Just 60 per minute. We can hold Z, and it shows us the overlay, too, that I forgot all about until it was reminded of me in the update notes. Let's come through here, I think, with the road. So that's going to do what? -5 to global resolve. Yeah, I'm sorry. Put there, and now we're halfway through, so let's definitely get this going. Give me 2 people here, and go and do it. 1 minute 10 out of the 338 we have, plus they need to get the stuff and get there with it. So hopefully they will do that. Let's come through here somewhere. I want the storage to be probably about where that fuming machinery is, of course. Yeah, they got a lot to haul. Yeah, I should have started that early. I was going to put in the butcher here. But I don't want them picking up the bricks for that. Please tell me you didn't. Please tell me one of you is carrying those last 2 bricks. You are. Good. Alright, we have 1:10 on the clock, and we have 2:30 on the clock there. Good. Fiery Wrath. Resources you sacrifice in the Ancient Hearth burn 5% longer for every impatience point you have. That's kind of nice. 3 plant fiber per minute. That's always good, too. +1 to production yields for all packs of goods. That's almost certainly the one we're going to do. Although the forest mitigation would be nice, too. Let's do this one. I like production. And people. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Meat, shrimp, and grains. I know it's bugs. And reed and grain here. Let's do this one. This one. I could probably use a coal recipe. Alright, good. We are safe now, ish. Let's move you folks over here, too. When they moved the move button, it really threw me off. Moved the move button. Let's do a path through here now. And then, yeah, we'll put the storage in right in about that area. We don't have 16 of these tools yet, so we can't do that. Alright, we did it. Blade event is done. There's our amber. That'll get us this here. And then we can also do some packs of trade goods at some point. Do we have anything we can do with them yet? Pottery or flour would probably be my choices. My first choices, although we did get the... I think we got the pigment recipe. No, we did not. We got the crystallized dew, bricks and pottery recipes. Probably should have done that a little bit bigger. Dang it. Let's put that storage in out here. We need bricks for that, of course. Let's do... that's fine, I think. You're done and bored. Because you don't have any of this. Scavenger's Camp needs to move, right. Let's move that over here and get these eggs and or roots. You can actually do them both, I think. That's fine. And you'll have a storage here local as soon as they get 2 bricks to deliver here. And we're out of clay. Need to build a stone cutter. ASAP. There. Let's get that a priority. So do it first. So Hilda is here. We have packs of crops. We have packs of provisions. I need to start some trades up, though, for that. We have lots of amber, so we can do this. No, we have enough amber, so we can do that. As long as they don't sell or use any of it to buy anything. Plant fiber for vegetables produced. Foragers, vegetables, grain, and insects. We should see veggies and insects in the wild here. 20 pottery for each glade. +1 to clay production. Let's pause here for a moment and take a look at the trade routes. You want copper ore or stone. You want trade goods. We will have those eventually. And coats. You want barrels and infused tools. You're never going to get infused tools out of me. That's a ripoff. And here you want pottery or pie. Well, I don't have anything for any of you people. So let's go back in here. Actually, let's go here first and turn this in. Yeah, turn that in. And then we can sell some of these packs. Possibly all the packs of crops. What do I want for them? Water skins, that's what those are called. What do I want for them? I mean, I could obviously just take amber. Which I like the new amber icon, by the way. Almost looks like a coin, too. It's just kind of a double. Probably intended, but it's like a double, whatever. Okay, this is a, yeah, let's do this. I'm going to take all this flour. I could also take some of the grain, too. To make more packs of crops out of, as well as maybe some more flour. Yeah, let's do that. So let's try to big brain this a little bit here. Maybe, maybe not. And then I want to turn this on, and I want to make packs of trade. Actually, you can make coats too now. Packs of trade goods here. Beavers or lizards are fine with this building. Beavers get the +5 to resolve. Lizards also, so we could do one of each. They can work together to make coats and packs of trade goods. It would make the flour into trade goods. Let's set that one to 30. And we'll make the grain into flour, as well as into packs of crops. Here. Oops, go away, Hilda. Go away. We now have... We don't have any pottery. I lied. Let's go ahead and turn this on, though, to make pickled roots. And we'll set this up at 30 as well. And then... Not you. This one. We should hopefully get some plant fiber soon from something. Do we get it from... No, that's herbs. We get it from the trees, though. Yeah. But we could really use some more plant fiber. I wish I'd have taken that cornerstone. Let's see. Take a building. Market. Clan Hall, Guild House, or Tavern. Market carts is pretty good. We don't have wine. We don't have cosmetics. We don't have training gear. I don't even know if we have a recipe for any of these. Let's actually check that real quick. This one? No. This one, consumables. We have coats for our consumable. So none of these is actually that good for me right now, except for the bonus. Traders arriving quicker. +1 to global resolve for selling goods worth 60 amber. Each time selling goods worth 60 amber. Clan Hall gets us camp production increased by 50%, except for woodcutter. Tavern gets us +3 to global resolve. I think I'm going to re-roll these. It's too early for me. Probably not the rain mill. We get the Herbalist Camp again. Herbs, berries, and mushrooms. Alchemist's Hut is crystallized dew, cosmetics, and wine. We did take... Did we take the pigment recipe? We did not take... Or did we take? We did not take the pigment recipe. Because I could have gotten it from here too. Right here too. We did not take the pigment recipe. So I'm less enchanted with this one. Plus, I think we already have a crystallized dew. We do at 2 stars. Wine, pickled goods, and jerky. That only really gives me a bonus to wine, so I don't think so. I think I'm going to take the Herbalist Camp and hope we see some berries and mushrooms on the ground at some point. I think we will. Please build that. I've had the game paused, so I know. But please build that. It's clear Sahilda's alert here. This is the Herbalist Camp, which we can't use just yet, but we will at some point. We also can't use the Harvester yet. Again. Hopefully we will soon. Let's throw a couple of people at this so we can get some of that going as soon as possible so we can make some more bricks. I have this set to clay. Good. And let's get that moving. Orders came. But we are also at 50 minutes. So I'm going to wait until the next episode to look at the orders and to proceed with whatever we proceed with here. I think it may be worthwhile to build another woodcutter camp. Just so we can trim a little bit more around here, but we can also wait and see in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.